Kia ora, everyone. I am Phil Mourot from AI Institute, University of Waikato. And I'm also a stakeholder because I've got a part-time job at the Waikato Regional Council. I am a senior regional hazards advisor. My field of expertise is natural hazards, and we hear today from Minister that natural hazards is very important in New Zealand. I would like to emphasize that this research are really important. And I think that machine learning and AI could do a very game changer regarding, and you have seen my presentation yesterday about emergency management and natural hazard prediction. But yeah, they give me the mic, so I'm gonna talk about what I like. No, I'm gonna talk about TAIO and the overall, because natural hazards prediction is only one field that has been developed in the TAIO project. TAIO project, year 3 now, 7 years program. TAIO is from Time Evolving Data Science and Artificial Intelligence for Advanced Open Environmental Science. There's partners, 3, yes, 4, University, Waikato, Canterbury, Auckland, and recently Wellington. And there is 2 private company as well, MedService and Becca, involved in the project. Albert did a bit of a presentation this morning, 5 minutes, so I'm going to go very quickly over it, just that there is a lot of people involved, as I said, from different university and companies, PhD students, and postdoc as well. It's very important that to see TAIO about using AI for environmental purpose. And there is 3 objectives, I would say. First is developing tools for analyzing data. The second one is creating a platform of organizing and accessing the data. And the third one, it's really important, is about communication. So, as said before, there's a large team of involved, not only data scientists, but also environmental scientists, and of course, postdoc PhD students. And there is a few challenges that TAIO would like to resolve. It's all about data sets using large or even temporal resolution and coverage, ideally ongoing collections, so we're speaking about stream data. A mix of currently accessible or to become accessible data sets. And what is important is something we care about. So New Zealand care about its environment. So I think it's very important for all of us and suitable for data science challenges. So the new website, I really encourage you to have a look. TAIO.ai has been totally restructured to fit the need and to be more friendly, I would say, and really open. And this is not really a website that we would like to present what we are doing, but it's also a collaborative platform for each of us could share experience, knowledge, and also just for collaboration and project. There is different, I will go very quickly through it actually, I think it's important. So there is 4, maybe this one, oh no, okay. There is 4 important subdivision into this website. First, on the left is data sets. We have notebooks, and then we have the TAIO community, and one is missing actually. I don't have the latest one. It's tutorials. So it's about sharing data set, sharing notebooks, so people can review the work. It's about tutorials, so people can come and learn, and it's about community. And when I'm thinking about TAIO community, it's an engagement regarding environmental community in New Zealand. Even if you are a student, if you are environmental scientist, even if you are AI scientist, you can come here and share your experience, or even share your willing of working with or collaborating and working with people. There is news as well. That's why it's not the latest one, because the flood prediction is not the latest news. We've got latest news on different projects we're working on, just to give you updated. Data sets, it's well organized by categories, so you can use a platform for accessing data if you want to work in the environmental space, or you can even share data set that you can see on the button on the right side. If you've got even a small one, even hundreds or even dozens of records, that could be useful. And speaking of environmental data, you can even come here, become a member, because you have to register first to access and upload data. Very easy to do, actually. And then you can share your data with us. The sharing there is, and we spoke a lot in this workshop about data sovereignty. So we are not gathering, it's not a repository of data. This is just a platform for sharing data. So you can post, this is, for instance, take the second one, which is about Coromandels River and rain gauge time series from the Waikato Regional Council. You can access this data, but of course, there's data, they are not on the TIO platform. It gives you a link where you can get access to the data if you want to work with the data. So it's all about data sovereignty. So you keep the ownership of the data, and then here we're just making a platform that telling you where you can access this data. The important thing I think, which is my learning about using AI, is not strictly restricted to one data set. It's really important if you really want to understand the environment. Oh, this is not mine. Yeah, I've got time. And it's about using multiple sources of data. It's very important. Notebooks, important. Every researcher, students, PhD, sharing the notebooks, even mine, when I'm doing something, and I just want to, it's a bit of a GitHub platform, but, you know, at the TIO level, which is like we are happy to share notebooks that you can reuse, or you can convert it into your specific use with your own data set. So that means if you really want to work on something, you have your data, you don't want to share the data, but you just want to use a notebook and you want to apply this methodology on your data, then you can have access to this notebook with some tutorial sometimes. And you can understand and learn at the same time. So I think this is very important. I'm speaking about my Waikato Regional Council hat, that some of the scientists in the Waikato Regional Council really like this option, because we've got a bunch of data in Waikato, like every regional council, but sometimes we don't have the tool to analyze this data, so it's a very good opportunity using this open source and accessible script for getting the most of it. I was speaking as well as sharing software, but Albert talked about this, River. We've got Mourot as well. I don't want to explain it anymore. And this is the wonderful Aotearoa species identifier that have been developed. And this is a very useful app, actually. If you don't know about the history of the app, which is actually accessible and free on your mobile phone, even if it's Android or Apple. And the good improvement that have been done, and I was thinking about this presentation earlier about the Mourot platform, about using and doing the mobile thing. So it was first developed, this application, on the server side. So you gotta upload the information to a server that could access, could give you could run the script to identify and know their script running down the mobile by itself. So that means you don't have to share any data with any server anywhere. So you get a picture of something on your mobile, and then it helps you to identify what species it is on your mobile. There's no upload at all if you don't want to share the data. So I think it's very important, and that's the new technology of AI could help us with. I wanted to share again with the TIO project a little bit on the side things, but the collaboration that we have at AI Institute, and we are using it as well for the TIO project, the collaboration with NVDA. For instance, this article 3 months ago about sharing what we developed, and especially what we have developed as well for the TIO. One of the methodologies developed for TIO of running and accelerating Weka and using the NVIDIA technology that we can do something. So they're really interested, this company, about this kind of collaboration. Data mesh as well. And I think it comes from not an idea, but an issue we had when we started to get this environmental platform. And we said, okay, we're going to share data, and then we're going to work on this data. And actually, it's not very easy. Go to see a regional council, go to see a CRIs, or even your data, and share it very easily. And you can see that people are not willing to share, but there's some difficulty inherent to organization, inherent to security, and things like that. So it's become very difficult if you are a data scientist and you say, yeah, I would like to apply my methodology or my algorithm on a multitude of data, but I don't have access to this data. And there's always, as we have seen and discussed before, issue with data sovereignty. It's not really an issue, but it takes time that we can really access to the data. And I think that it's a real issue. And we have seen that when we developed the flood prediction tool. We wanted to access hydrology, which is held by regional council, and then we wanted to access weather data, which is held by Met Service, and then we wanted to get some atmospheric information held by NIWA, and then we wanted to get access to, you understand. And then there is multiple actor, multiple agencies with a specific data set, but at the end of it, the beauty of AI is using all this data together to build a model. And this is where we were facing some sort of collaboration and sharing issue, and this is this concept that we were thinking could probably solve the issue. Data mesh, so it's a really new approach, and this is why it's totally researched, because the concepts came from 2019, and we just starting to speak about it. If you haven't, it's really new. It's a new approach of sourcing, managing, and accessing data for analytical use case at scale. And the 4 core principles, it's about data ownership, data as a product, self-serve data platform, and federated computational governance. So the idea is converting the data into product. We are trying to solve the data sovereignty and governance issue by ownership, that the data is taking, converting into a product, and use as a product and get back. But there is no memory, so we don't have data lake or such structure that we used to use in the past. If we want to collect data, we just collect them, put this into a data warehouse or things like that, big database, and then we can work on this database. So the issue, the thing is here, we don't collect any data. We just get the product, we use it, and then we get to another one. Okay, so that's what's new in TIO. It was animation, I didn't know. So 2 minutes left. So I spent too much time actually on the platform, but it's important. I've got a few slides, so you have seen that it's a very quick presentation. This morning, what's news? So I would like to dive into a few projects. So the Classifier, I did it. Another project done by Alvin J. It's about evaluation of explainability methods. I will go very quick, but just to give you about the 2022 project in the TIO project. Another stream by Guilherme, 2 actually. One is about efficient streaming methods, improving efficiency of streaming methods, and the second one on the right is a collaboration with Cyan to work on the forest flow project as well with them. And this is a very good opportunity as well to use data meshing with Cyan. the flood impact prediction tool that we talk about, so I will go very quick. Another, this is mine, okay. And almost done. So we'll quickly finish. Invasive species detection using weak supervision. So it's a very good project here, this to recognize identification of sea stars. We're working with Mourot actually on this specific project. And stop, please. Thank you. Oops. Right. This one, there is a poster outside, and I will stop. There is a poster outside by Oliver about using alga bloom, machine learning for alga bloom detection. And there is a few more. Wow. Wow. Okay. You have seen there is a lot of projects. Thank you.